My name is Andrew Hooven. I'm the pastry chef here at Abbott's Grill in Milford. We'll be making a flan based with the Immort ale. It's going to be accompanied by some dried fruit macerated in the ale itself and a little bit of gastrique made with the ale as well. I always like custard desserts. I like cheesecakes, flan, brulees. That's one of my favorites when I do go out to eat. So I thought it would be a good dessert since one of the components of the beer itself is a hint of maple. So I thought maple in the flan and a little bit of the beer would have been a good combination. It's got maple syrup, sugar, eggs, half and half, and heavy cream. It takes about 20 minutes. You just bring all the liquids in a saucepan to a simmer, a light simmer with the sugar and maple syrup. Then you just temper it into the yolks, whisking gently at first so you don't scramble the eggs, and then you strain it. It takes about 10-15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. First you have to prepare the cups with the little caramel sauce in the bottom, which is just some sugar and water reduced. When you put the water and the sugar on the heat, you just let it go, don't touch it. Sometimes people will start swirling it and touching it and it'll crystallize and turn into something unusable. So just leave it on there, let it bring to a boil. The bubbles will be fast at first, then when they start slowing down you can start watching it. It'll start getting a little color around the outside of the pan. Once it starts getting a little color, then you can start swirling it around and it'll slowly get darker and darker as you go. And then just take it off the heat when you get the color you want, and we put that in the bottom of the ramekins first before the custard goes in. Basically, you're going to let it sit for at least 4 to 5 hours, preferably overnight. If you can make it a day ahead, it's always better. Let it rest overnight. You're just going to take a paring knife and score the inner edge to release it. The caramel sauce will be liquidy in the bottom, and that'll help also release it from the bottom. I use cranberries, cherries, raisins, and blueberries for this particular dessert. I just put them in a saucepan with some of the beer, brought it to a boil for about 5 minutes, and then turned it off and just let it sit for about 15 more. And then I strained it. The dried fruit will now be nice and plump and juicy. Gastrique is just it's like a sauce similar to a caramel, but it's made with vinegar and sugar. In this case, we added a little bit of the Immort ale as well. We reduced that just like the caramel sauce. It's just a thin stroke on the plate. It's for visual and for flavor. Most desserts in restaurants, a lot of people are intimidated, but when they see how it's done, it's really not that hard. It's just time consuming more than anything. It just takes time to do it properly. That's probably the best part, seeing something you made, someone ate it and they loved it or really enjoyed it. It makes you feel good.